These guys are going to get torn to shreds. We have 4 crossbow units. They probably won't even make it across the bridge. Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Perfect Peninsula Manor Lords build. So, we have a lot to do. I do want to start working on the defenses. Now, I did try off-screened to wall all the way to the lake end, and I could not do it. So what that means is simply we're just going to build our castle as we see fit. So most likely I'll have a couple of layers of walls, and we're just going to build something that's going to be a good defensive point for this area. And that's fine and dandy. It will be perfectly acceptable and awesome. So let's continue getting the population out. Currently we have room for 7 plus 2 additional members of our society. We have 10 unassigned families, and we're upgrading a lot of our plots right now to tier 2. We also, just on the last episode, started building a burgage plot for the production of alcohol. This will be a double burgage plot because I'm thinking long term that we are going to attempt to at least get to 1,000 pop or 100 burgage plots, but we'll see where the series takes us and what is possible. I do know that we are going to fill this bad boy in right now. We're also preparing for war. We're getting our crossbow units. We're getting our spear militia. He is taking the last province, so we do need to get ready. Over here, I built a burgage plot level 1. We're going to upgrade this, turn this to a joiner's workshop. So in the blacksmith, what I would really like to do right now is switch over to the production of spears. Once we get the joiner's workshop, we will switch over to the production of large shields. Spears, large shields, get our 2 spear units going. I'm going to let the crossbows finish. I think right now we have a few iron parts. Let me check our inventory. We currently have 26 crossbows available. We're going to switch over to warbow production, and I'm going to start producing warbows up to 100. And we're also going to select this in the trading post as a new trade item. I do need the money. I need the money's bad. So export bows, and we're going to export anything over 30. Now keep in mind, all of our men will be equipped. I like to have 30 to account for anyone who dies. So we're going to get that route up. We're going to start trading everything we got. Now, each family will use a horse. It only allows you to put 2 in the stocks here. So we have 1 person transporting. Anyone on foot will not be able to transport as much as a horse. Someone with a horse can transport 50 units of goods. So that actually allows you to do more trade goods. There is probably a really good way to dial this all in. We don't want to overwhelm what we got going on, but at the same time, these are all imports right here. So all the exports definitely need some help. So let's get things on the road. I think we have a great system here. We have a lot of people. Individuals moving the burgage plot. I'm still having issues with a little bit of a bug where these guys just like being cold, but these are the retainers. Markets per food type we have up here. Ooh, I made a huge mistake. We want to make sure that none of this stuff can be stored here. The only thing, honestly, that I want stored here is meat and berries. And potentially sausage at some point, but meat and berries, that's it. So we're going to switch that out, and we have to get at least 3. I don't think we're ever going to have enough meat to warrant 4, but we'll leave that for the time being, but that's where the inefficiency is right there. We'll get that guy going. We have 100% on everybody. All right, it does seem like we're getting the maximum amount of berries now with 7 families. We need to let all of our families move in so that we can get these guys up to a higher tier. We got malt that's going to be stored right here. Perfect. Now, malt can be stored here too. I'm going to turn off everything. Okay, everything up here is good. No booze. Okay. So all the malt will be stored here. I'm going to put 1 individual into the market stalls here. And we want to make sure that this place does not store berries or meat. We're going to just inadvertently turn off bread too, just because I don't want to contend with that. Alcohol is great. Malt is great. Grain and flour, no. But everything else is a go. Fish, honey will turn off. Actually, no. I'm cool with honey being stored here. Yeah, that's good. Just the meat and the berries and the bread. And then the grains. Barley is good to be stored here. Eggs are good to be stored here. We're most likely going to convert these guys into eggs because we have really good access to it. And I also want to show that it can be done. I mean, we're a little broke right now, but you know, that's going to change. Cobbler's up. The joiner's workshop we can get up now, but we're going to need some money. Okay, so what we need to do is revisit this. So do I have a advanced roof tile set to 120? I think that that's good. I really would like to have a big backdrop of roofing tiles. We don't have a whole lot of clay. We don't have a whole lot of barley. We have 360 firewood. Veggies, berries, honey is starting to get up there. So I think that it's safe for us to also trade any excess honey over. Our new number is going to be 360. That's just an arbitrary number I'm setting just to make sure that I don't oversell my foods. Okay, we got a good thing going on. So if I don't establish a trade route, minor traders will come, and they can only, I think, haul like 5 or 10 honey off. So it's a disadvantage when you don't buy a trade. But it's going to be okay. So over here, get another ox. There's nothing in here. We definitely want to get some horses near. Now, there's supposed to be 2 horses here. We got a little bit of coinage, but the sooner we get to tier 3, the sooner we get that passive money. We got a lot of things going on. The king's tax is rather high. Eventually, if you don't pay the king's tax, it is actually going to cause approval issues, and possibly the king will come and slap you and get pretty serious. We're getting maximum berries. We're getting maximum firewood. The people are begging outside the church. It's a beautiful world we've created. All right, we have 1 individual, 2 individuals over here cutting logs. This is great. We have the foresters going ham over here. This is wonderful. I believe it is time to start getting some more jobs for people. We're doing insanely well. Everybody loves us. It's the golden age. All right, we got a bunch of iron parts. We got that. Okay, cool. Yeah, now that we're not building crossbows, we're not having to import as much iron. All right, this is Burger Spot level 2. So I just need... Our money just went away. Okay. We just need to wait for our money to come in, and then we were going to have a glorious joiner's workshop. Woo! All right, we're going to turn the clay furnace off for now, so we don't have to mess with the clay import. Another thing I should have thought of for the cobbler is we do want to set a reserve for leather equal to the burgage plots we're going to have. So let's just say 100 for now. But yeah, they should yield 500 veggies and 500 apples at a minimum. Looks like they're doing a little bit. Well, that was if they're 0.75. These are a little over 0.8. So it's probably going to be closer to 600 and 600. So, and that seems to align with what we're seeing. And we're going to have veggies from last year not being eaten and partial parts of them expiring. So it's always going to be a little difficult to determine exactly how much is being produced. But based on the old math and old testing I did, I don't think it changed whatsoever. So let's take a peek at fuel. We have 9 months worth of fuel. So we have 3 individuals here. We're going to go to 1 and 1. And up here, we're going to go to another 1. So we're going to have 3 people in total. Right. Let's get a horsey. Another horsey down here. Let's see what we got. We got 5 horses. It looks like 2 are reserved. I'm just going to get another horse. Yeah, it says right there, a horse and cart increases carrying capacity to 50 goods per trip and significantly decreases journey time to nearby trade points. We don't really need another horse, but I just want it. I just want to make sure that everything's coming in. All right. That was unfortunate. We got some money, and then we lost a bunch of money. All right. So we're selling pretty much everything. Stone, but they're not what's pissing me off is they're not removing the stone. We have planks for sale. We have iron. We have barley. Clay. We have berries for sale. 50 berries. Get more firewood. There we go. We got the money right there. So let's get this show on the road. So there's also a tailor's workshop where we can make cloaks and tier 1 armor, but we're just going to buy a tier 3 armor. So what we want is this joiner's workshop. All right, and then the next thing we also want to make is a brewery right here. Cool, level 2. Perfect. Family moved in. That's lovely. And let's get as many level 2s as possible so that we get 1 income per family. I don't even know what the name of this currency is. And I could call it one regional wealth, I guess would be the most correct term that I could use for it. All right, we got lots of boots. We have more boots than we know what to do with. Everybody's happy. Everybody loves us. It's a great day. Once they get this joiner workshop should go up quick because the freaking boards are right next to us. So that's like part of the reason why I wanted the joiner's workshop and the boyer and all that. And that's why I want boards stored right here, is because they carry 1 freaking board at a time. So I learned the hard way to keep your boards next to production. I know it seems counterintuitive because having a sawmill next to a logging camp seems smart, but then they have to haul those boards one by one all the way to where your production is. The only way to really make this work is to have your logging industry all in one place. And you know what? We could do that. I mean, we could log right here. We could do a logging camp right here, but I wanted to keep the firewood here, to be honest. So, and I'm not having really any problem keeping up with board production this way. So we're in really good shape. No worries. Cool. So now we're going to craft large shields, and we're going to do that up to 30. And we're going to make sure that we never make shields unless we have 50 boards. All right, this is perfect. Wooden parts, small shields, beautiful. All right, so now the spearman phase has commenced. We are making spears and shields. Gonna get our shield units up. We've got crossbowmen waiting in queue. I'm actually gonna switch back over to iron part production at some point. We have a few iron parts. Let's actually take a gander. We have 16 iron parts and 4 more, 20. Let's switch back over to crossbows just to get them made. And then we'll go back to bows. We are bringing in the bacon, the money, and the boardwalk is looking sleek as ever. I love it. You can see the carts are bringing goods to the trade post, so having storage right there was advantageous, and having this bridge to get food from the granaries over here is advantageous. It's a little bit inefficient, but I think with the pathfinding, it's wise to keep things there. All right, brewery is getting up now, so alcohol production is going to come in. It is what it is. But you can see, look at that. They're hand delivering the boards. They're waiting their turn patiently. We got 3 boards right there. But yeah, you can see how annoying the board system is. A lot of people are upset about boards, and that's why building feels slower to us now. There we go, 600 apples. Right on the dot, 600 apples. Okay, all my numbers are perfectly accurate. That is a really good feeling. A really good feeling. I was like, what is going on? All right, so honey does, so this is probably bringing in about 250 honey, but honey doesn't expire. So year over year, about 30% of your apples will expire. So if I have 600 apples and I don't get rid of them, I don't sell them, and I bring them the next year, like 200 of those apples are going to expire. Honey has no expiration, which is awesome. So other foods you have to produce a lot of, or you have to produce just enough for your city to consume. But with honey, you can produce low amounts. And as long as you're producing more than you're consuming, it's going to, in the long run, gain, which makes it the perfect trade item too. Outside of apples and all that stuff. So yeah, we got veggies, we got berries, we got apples, we got honey. Next is going to be bread. And all those gadgets. So we've got a lot to do, We're going to start from the top here. It's chicken time. The chickening, I don't know, it's not a rapture. It's actually the opposite of a rapture. I don't know what you would call it when things are like sent down. So it's like, have you ever seen the Left Behind series? Imagine instead of like everyone being raptured, if they just remained there and everyone was given a chicken. That's basically what this is. It's the chickening. I don't know. I don't have a terminology for it, but everybody gets a chicken. Moral of the story. Everyone gets a chicken. I am the Oprah Winfrey of chickens. They can combine food varieties now. It's beautiful. This granary is going to be solely devoted to those objects, though, because as you can see, we got a lot. I mean, we got ale in here. Now, you can tell all your granaries not to hold the alcohol and hope they put it in the tavern, but I don't want the ale clogging up production of the brewery, so I'm going to err on the side of caution and just allow them to store things here in the granary. So now eggs are going to be picked up here. We're going to need one more individual here. So I want to get both of these granaries set up for what's going on here. So no meat, no berries, none of this stuff. Alcohol is okay. Eggs, no bread. Yeah, so the same thing. Same thing over here. No bread, none of that stuff. Barley is okay to store here. Everything else is great because the malt houses are right here. So all of our booze production centralized, efficient, one individual each. All the eggs will be sold in combination with apples and veggies right there. That will help us keep down. Now, we don't need to sell those eggs, but, you know, we want to. And if you want to get crazy technical, you could disallow the selling of eggs completely and then just use them as a trade. Like, you can keep them in the market, but if you disallow them at the market level in every single market, like they cannot be stocked, People shouldn't eat them, but they still might with the way that... Actually, they still might, yeah. The way granaries work, but they won't eat them on average. In order for something to be eaten, it has to be stocked in both the market stall and the granary. And then it'll prioritize the market stall. So it should not be consumed. So we have 28 crossbows. So we're going to go back to bows. All right. 19 spearmen each. 25 bowmen. All right. So it's just the people. We have a people issue right now. All right. We're doing really great. Retinue's good. We're getting ready for war. So when we go to war, we've got 2 melee. We've got 3 freaking crossbow militia. Actually, really, I'm not gonna lie, I'd really like to get rid of this bowman. He's of the past now. Yeah, we got crossbows. Beautiful. Okay, very good. So once we get, let's see, what do we have? What's the limit we have here at the blacksmith? We have no limit. Okay, that was dumb of me. Do 30 because we have 120 war bows and no spears. Okay, cool. Nice. We got 55 war bows. I thought 50 was supposed to be the max. So that's weird that we have 55. Look at all these items that we have for sale. So these people are pissing me off. I got these fire Amazon sales and nobody's coming. Everyone wants a war bow. Half off. 2-day shipping. No, actually, it's probably like 2-month shipping. People are never getting their stuff. Again, 1 chicken egg per month. This is enough to feed 1 family per month. So even though think about it this way, each one of these houses will eventually have 4 families. Right now there's 2. So right now these chickens will feed half the families in these plots. When they upgrade to tier 3 and there's 4 families, it will feed a quarter of the families per plot. That is a big like thing. It's a lot of food. So we're gonna need it. You can see we're going through the veggies, the apples. I mean, we're running the gambit. We've got 100% in everything. Storehouse is getting a little full. I do actually like having all of the common goods stalls for fuel and clothing shared because it does dramatically reduce the amount of stalls that I need. So I think that this is a good setup for us. Like I said, we're trying to marry like productive areas and efficiency, and it's like, you know, we have all our granaries here. All this here, but we have meat and berry production in its own little thing, and it's having a good time. We have a full extra pantry that's not even being used over here, so I could definitely pull that back, or I could overstock the market if I felt like it. And it looks like they're having a good time. They're easily doing all the food up here. We're gonna slap 1 more people into the hunting camp, so that's as efficient as possible. It is now time for us to expand into farming. It's a good day to farm. Now, do we need to farm? Absolutely not. We're grand. Now, can you get barley on the worst territory that you have? Yes, you actually can. As long as it's over 40%, you'll get about 40 per 1 Morgan. So we see these yellow areas here. These are actually decent. So any barley production we can get is going to save us a lot of money. So what we're going to do here is get a Morgan worth. This is 1.7 Morgans worth. Perfect. So I really wish I could get rid of some of these trees. We're going to do this. 1.1. Beautiful. There's a little bit of shit land in there, but that's okay. Everybody needs a little bit of shit. All right, that's 0.8. This road is sticking out. We may have to redo the bridge, unfortunately, because it's sticking out a bit. And it will do this to you. Don't worry. The game may have crashed, but it didn't crash for me. Actually, I don't know if this fertility is good enough, but this is 1 Morgan. So let's check it out real quick. 43%. It's just good enough. It's literally just good enough. 39%. Okay. So let's pause the game. We need to keep the fertility over 40%, or you get like almost 1. You get almost 1 production. Okay, so it goes a little bit too much of the red there. I think what we're gonna do is go sideways. Boom, boom, boom. That's 1. Okay, that's really good. So that with this little bit of green in there, that's 1 Morgan. That's a beautiful Morgan right there. And then right here, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we can do this. So let's go up And then let's go over. It's okay to have a little bit of orange in there. Let's feel it out. 42%, that's beautiful. 43%, perfect. Just keep it above 40%. Keep it in the yellow if you can. All right, that's going to be 40 barley. Boom, right there. So we're going to try to get as much of this as possible. Now, it really would be nice to have a road that comes out and goes through some of this stuff. So what I'm going to do, now that I know that this will work, is I'm going to bring my road out. Let's just build this for now. In case we need to delete anything, I don't want to have to redo all this again. So farmhouse here, farmhouse here. There is actually some usable land here, but that's okay. Farmhouse here. And then the most important thing, a granary for bread, a marketplace for that bread. Do a big stall for no reason whatsoever, just because I like clear areas. Granary, market stall for bread. Windmill, we're actually going to need, in my opinion, a few of these bad boys. I think when we cut the trees down, the efficiency will go up. But let's make sure. So I'm going to bring my foresters down into this region. We're going to need, I think, at least 2 communal ovens. And then we're going to take these logging camps. All right. I'm going to hyper-focus them in this area. I need to remember I did this. I'm just going to do 1 so that if in case I forget. Okay. We need to clear this area out and see what we can do with the windmills. But let's get that stuff at least going. Okay. So what I ended up doing was putting 9 fields down for wheat and a little more than I wanted to for barley. But what we have is over 40%. Some of them are 37, and I'm just going to play around with that. But just, you know, follow the green, follow the yellow. Yellow is actually better than you think sometimes, but lots of good land. We made some roads. We have the farmhouses all in here, which should be ample enough for everything. I may end up putting 1 more farmhouse over here to help out with barley, but I think this is good for now. We have a lot of families in these homes down here that are going to come over to work in these areas here. So this is really, really good. Pretty good synergy. What we want to do, though, is limit the time it takes. So, bridge to the farmhouses. We're just going to have a lot of bridges in our city. It all adds in. But yes, anything I can do to make it so they don't have to walk zigzag lines is going to make my life a lot better. And we're cash positive again, except up here in the treasury. So that's great. We are making bows. All right. I'm going to switch back over to crossbows because we need to continue to equip our men. Spears are on the up and up. All of our families have moved in. We have technically 1 more plot. But what I would like to really do right now is just get to tier 3. All right. So I was having a pretty massive issue with taverns, and it was a complete issue on my side, not understanding it. So the large tavern serves up to 100 burgage plots. All right. So when I upgrade this, it's going to feed 100 burgage plots. So there seems to be an issue with multiple taverns. So it actually does kind of feel like 100 burgage plots is going to be the optimal amount that you can grow to. And that's a pretty high population. There was some weird infighting between the taverns when I had multiple taverns. So we're going to get rid of all the taverns and we're going to go to this system. Just wanted to clear that up. Do not build multiple taverns unless they fix this. But this should work going forward. This lady is transporting stones. They don't drink stones. You crazy freaking weirdo. Like, do they want stones, sir? It's like they want booze. Give them the booze. All right, so we're gonna try a V formation this time. So we got our Mighty Ducks flying V over here. Let's make sure, because they're gonna just run in and start burning things to the ground. So we got to send someone to wave at them and insult them. We should be able to shoot them as they come in. This is probably about the lowest I can get them. These guys are going to get torn to shreds. We have 4 crossbow units. They probably won't even make it across the bridge. This lady is running for her life. You picked the wrong time to go home. All right. Yeah. Crossbows are stupid. They're like muskets. All right, guys. They really want to get those kills in. There's plenty of kills. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, this is disgusting. This is like watching The Last Samurai. All right, crossbowmen over there are gonna unload now. Oof, that was wicked. Yeah, they're able to shoot pretty well. So the flying V worked pretty darn well. They're able to shoot in. Ooh, yeah, they're hitting the stragglers. All right. Well, none of this is necessary. These guys are definitely good enough. Okay, cool. Well, we know that strategy works. That was beautiful. Now the church has a lot of bodies to bury. All right, we got our point. We're gonna do better deals. That's gonna decrease all of our imports by 5, and then we're gonna go into trapping and advanced skinning next, and that's gonna help us out in the meat front. Food is not an issue, but if we're gonna grow this population, look, we have 20 eggs, but lots of honey. We're trading honey. We're trading veggies. A lot of apples. We're trading everything. So we're doing great. And once we get this barley coming in, things are going to really start taking off for us. And we may even build up this area a bit more, but we're going to see how crazy we can get it. So it's going to be fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.